All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here talking real music. No, not really. Not really real music right now. It's real real geopolitics in real time for real people like you and like me and like Aerosmith lead guitar player Joe Perry. So Joe Perry all of a sudden is a really important person. That's RIP, and that usually means rest in peace. But no, he's a very let's switch over to very so we don't get confused here. So Joe Perry becomes a VIP. He's a very important person. I'm pretty sure I was in a room with Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, like in I want to say during the whole Rock and Hard Place thing, or maybe Done with Mirrors. I think it was the Done with Mirrors revitalization where the boys decided that they'd rather play music than dwell on illicit substances. But yet now Joe Perry is heading to the Vatican. Folks, this is as goofy and as weird. Of all the people we can send to the Vatican, we're going to send, and I like Joe Perry. I think Joe Perry is a cool dude. He looks great for his age. He's great Uncle Joe. So he's going to take part in the Vatican Conference on global health threats. Global health threats. The Vatican, the Pope and all that good stuff. So the Vatican's Pontifical Council for Culture is being held as we speak. Now get this, the conference is uniting the foremost leading physicians, scientists, leaders of faith, ethicists, patient advocates, policymakers, philanthropists, and influencers. I'm still wondering where Joe Perry fits in here. Maybe it's the influencer? To engage in powerful conversations on the latest breakthroughs in medicine, healthcare delivery, and prevention, as well as anthropological, scientific, and cultural impact of technological advances. Man, I need a teleprompter right about now. So Joe Perry is on his way. Rudy Tanzi, who is a PhD professor of neurology at Harvard, will reportedly lead a conversation about brain health. He's leading a conversation about brain health and rock stars with Perry at the new virtual format 3-day conference, originally scheduled to take place in Vatican City, yada, yada, yada. The event is the fifth in a series over the past decade aimed at exploring and enhancing cross-disciplinary collaborations to advance human health. Okay, so I'm still not 100% sure what this has to do with the lead guitar player from Aerosmith who helped create the song Dude Looks Like a Lady. I'm just throwing it in there. And I like that song a lot. I'm just saying that when I think of Aerosmith, I don't think of the Vatican. Okay, I'm just not thinking about groups who are meeting at the Vatican. Kind of sounds like the New World Order, doesn't it? I mean, this is some weird stuff. And the fact that Joe Perry is being invited, and I think Joe Perry's a smart guy from what I understand. He's got strong political opinions, but he's going to the Vatican. Now, I could see Jeff Skunk Baxter being invited because that guy, I'm telling you, other than his little gig as a guitarist, I mean, he's been involved in some top secret operations, some covert stuff. And I don't know. Looking at Jeff Skunk Baxter, I wouldn't think he'd be any more capable of dealing with these issues that are going to be discussed at this pontifical conference. But going down the list a little bit further, I don't know if Joe Perry would be on that list, look, maybe Joe Perry was raised Catholic for a while. He is from the Boston area, so there's a good chance that he was baptized as a Catholic and so forth. I think he may have fallen away from his faith tradition for a while. But maybe he's back. You get older and you kind of return to that thing that you left. And, it's fire insurance. Although with Aerosmith, there are no guarantees. I mean, come on. Some of those song titles, really rough, man. Just Hangman Jury. I mean, all right. So I did this video to be a little bit funny, but also just to call attention to the fact that apparently rock stars, especially if they're older rock stars, are really important people. And it's weird these days who in politics and faith and different backgrounds, who might actually be qualified to speak to an issue, especially when you think of all the people in the world, all of the people that went to Harvard and Yale and MIT and all these different institutions. And here's Joe Perry, the lead guitarist, who played on an album called Done with Mirrors. And you can probably guess what that album title is about. He's now an important person at this pontifical conference in the Vatican. You just can't make this stuff up, people. It's a weird time that we're living through. And my best to Joe Perry. Hopefully he can add to the conversation over there about global health issues. For me, I'm just going to take my zinc and vitamin D and soldier on.